On. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Space Dice. Welcome back to Space Dice. It's been it's been so long. It's been a week. So last time, well, before I go into the last time, let's welcome our players. We got Panda, Leslie, Paunchy, Rose, respectively playing Zanar, Tila, Atlas, and Skyora. Sheepy, who's playing Mizu, will be a little bit late, which is perfectly fine. No worries. But what happened last time? I'll tell you. Our intrepid adventurers, if you get that reference, you're a real G. At the in there last time, found Stanley, or whatever Stanley has become at this moment, which is awfully strange. Some phantasmal creature of it looks like, but they don't know. They've been brought before the king, who wants them to destroy this Stanley thing, because to them, this is a phantasmal creature that is evil, and they're currently in the courtroom with the king in front of them. As soon as you guys bring, so Skyora and Atlas, when you guys bring this boy into the court, he sees Tila and he sees Zanar and everybody. He holds his hands out because he wants he wants Tila to carry him.
Tila goes over to Stanley and sees him and goes, "Stanley, are you okay?" She goes, "We were so worried about you." And she gives him a hug.
He grabs on. Go ahead.
She goes to give him a hug.
You hug him.
While patting his back.
Okay. Yeah, he hugs you. He's really happy. The knights close the doors to the courtroom with a big. And the king sits in his throne, observing the lot of you right now, a little bit in confusion. 1 second. He's kind of giving you guys more of a stoic kind of look, though. As he's looking at the lot of you, you guys can say your hellos to each other.
Hello. Hello. I'm OP.
That's not OP. It's my mother.
Oh, never mind.
You did not.
Wow. Okay.
What am I gonna do?
Oh my gosh, OP.
So you.
OP. I must murder Punch now.
Let's murder him. So you guys.
Thinking of the movie Robots.
Okay.
It's just like, "We, sir, I'm a woman." Ouch. I'm a woman.
Hi, Allie.
Hello, Allie. So you guys get here, and the lot of you guys are here. The king is sitting up there on the throne. Do you hear him? So you hear him, he's rubbing his chin, and he says, "So." Surprisingly, his voice kind of echoes enough so that you guys can all hear him. Despite the size of the room, it echoes very well. Not echoes, but the acoustics are great in this courtroom. And he says, "I must ask, what is the meaning of this?"
She goes, can Tila speak first? Skyora. Because you're the one with the charisma.
Oh my god.
Let me check my charisma.
If you...
Zero charisma.
Okay.
Actually, I was going to say the charisma on previous... I think if I check previous Skyora sheet... give me a moment.
So, actually, I don't have any bonus on it. But, actually, no, this is just a straight-up talk with the king, right?
Yeah, this is a talk. You guys are conversing right now. There might be depending on what you say, there might be some rolls necessary, but for them, this is the conversation time. You guys need to...
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay. Skyora original is 13.
So,
But...
you got it. Okay.
Not 13. Plus 3 charisma. Sorry. However,
Please
I
stop
think
mumbling.
her
I would like a
persuasion
clear answer.
performance was. I'm not mumbling. Okay, I'll put the mic closer to my mouth.
What is a mic? I think that's the king speaking to you right now, because a lot of you haven't. Like he's just looking at you right now.
He's like,
Go ahead, Skyer. You have the floor.
Alright. I was gonna say, this is kind of out of that, but if you were talking about charisma earlier, she has plus 3 on charisma, and I think, yeah, and it's not that good, but her charisma on, I think, classic, it's a plus 4, so I don't know if that makes a difference.
So who speaks to the king? Like you, any one of you can speak right now. There's no one stopping you.
So, Tila steps up and goes, Your Majesty, if I may. And she's being respectful because she knows she's talking to a monarch.
He waves a hand out
She
to allow
goes-
you to speak. Like, can go on.
She goes, This is a lost soul that we have been in search for. We are trying to take him back to where he belongs. He means no harm, and we are here to retrieve him and bring him back with us. She goes, Now, I know his appearance is not, as you say, to your understanding or liking, but please let us return him back to his homeland.
So you lied.
Hmm?
Originally. I was brought to
Yeah,
believe that
because
you were
you
here to
told
destroy
him
this
that-
creature when you first arrived here. And now it seems you wish to return it to its home. Quite a different message there.
Yes. We are explaining about this character here.
Sure, I don't know what you're talking about.
What does he have to do with what we're going on right now?
What, Zanar?
No, I was just talking to this bird, just like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I was passed down the bag.
So you do, you speak. Okay, actually, Zanar, could you look at this bird and you say that? The bird looks like, now the bird, I will tell you right now, when you look at it, it looks like a shadow, kind of like the boy, but the difference is, it's like it looks two-dimensional, unlike him. It actually looks like a two-dimensional shadow. And you speak to this thing, it appears to turn its head to you and says, oh yeah, crazy stuff happened, man. It was insane. Like, seriously.
Oh, he's a bird now.
Like, for real. Like, no, none of you can hear this. Only Zanar can hear this bird right now. It says, like, it was
It's
in,
a
like,
bird to bird.
Zanar, this bird looks at you just like, it was crazy. Like, you know, you were knocked out, right? And then, like, this boy was, like, chased by a creature or whatever. And he gives you a full rundown of everything that happened. Surprisingly coherent for a creature that's only just had consciousness for a few days.
Okay. Thank you. Just kind of put my head back down in the bag. It's like, well, the outside's freaky.
Fuck this shit out of my house.
It's like, you know what? We found the boy. I'm going back into the pouch. We found the boy. We're cool.
Don't mind me.
So, and actually, when you stick your head in the pouch, though, he keeps talking to you. He just like he prattles on. It's like, and this crazy stuff happened, and it's like crazy. It just keeps going on. And he's like, and I kept telling him, don't do this, but he went and did it, and he didn't listen to me. And he's still going on. And only you can hear him.
Oh, look at the little cockatoo.
Do you just like, do you like ignore him, or do you just keep? How do you do that? Like this bird is still talking to you. So like, do you respond, or you just let him go on?
No, just let him go on, and then you guys continue your thing.
Okay. So yeah, that happens. The king speaks to Tila and he says, it's
I was
like,
just gonna.
why was I not made privy to this information beforehand? It seems like something very important to relay to the king in such a dire situation.
Telix nods and goes, I understand, Your Majesty. However, this sort of news would have not taken likely to you as well as the rest of the people.
I said privy to
She
me,
goes,
not to my people.
She goes, like, going, the last thing we all would want is panic among the crowds.
Yes, quite, which is why I would have liked to know this information. You could have asked for a private discussion. It would have been very simple. When instead you decided to hide things. It's very hard for me to trust people who hide things, especially a phantom.
And she goes,
Who to what now?
She goes, we do not hide. She goes, if you were to ask about him right now, please tell us, or please ask away. She goes,
don't get smart with me, miss.
And she goes that, she says, with all due respect, Your Majesty, we simply just do as you ask, which we have. We have helped your people. Does that not carry warrant or merit?
I have a question for you. You say he is a lost soul that you wish to return. I disagree.
That is true. Do we still have the paper showing the if found for him? Would that have changed?
That's not. You don't have that anymore. No.
Darn it.
Plus, if you did have that, it would show a picture of his robot form, and they would not be able to make a connection. Says, you see that creature right there is what's known as a phantom, from what I can tell. I would think that a group of adventurers, especially doctors, would know what a phantom is.
Doctor? Who's wrong with the doctor?
Oh my god, guys.
The bird fills you in. Oh yeah, they pretended to be doctors apparently. The bird tells you Zanar. It's like
Oh, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go back in the back.
It's like, tweet, motherfucker, I'm going back here.
and he says,
Here, just
like,
normal, just talking.
actually, give me a second. Hold on. He says,
Except for
that
you,
bird.
you are a full-on
The king looks at
person.
you. Says that bird seems awfully surprised to learn of your group being doctors, which I believed you said was your what you did. If you've lied to me before about destroying this creature, now it's hard for me to trust that you're not lying now. Are you doctors?
She goes, I am in fact a doctor, but not in health.
Oh my god.
What other kind of doctor is there? I'm sorry, unless there's some new kind of doctor that's been, I don't know, something done in the Plains lands. They're weirdos over there anyway. If they're doing something, is that a new doctor that I've yet to hear about?
She goes, well, I am a cleric.
A cleric? I don't see how that connects to doctor. Even clerics can be health doctors. I'm confused. You're confusing me.
She goes, Your Majesty, I say words and stuff happens. That's all I know.
Dragonborn, silence yourself. I wish to speak to one of your other members. It's like he's gonna look at the lot of you.
This is not character me. This is player me. Are you saying you were supposed to be a king?
No, she's a No, remember she's a dragonborn. Tila became a dragonborn, big lizard lady.
Yeah, but how she's saying it, it sounds like any second she's gonna be like Fusro Da, you know?
Honestly, if the king actually didn't ask Tila, but asked Skyora, she would have been blunt. She is an honest person.
Give me a second. Who we got?
Oh,
We got
no.
Atlas, Skyora, Zanar. Okay, those are the 3 present. I'm gonna roll. Quick second. 1, 2, 3. 2. You there, the cat.
Rolling. What's happening?
Oh,
Please step forward.
Atlas just like with a long leg, he just like steps forward like that. Whoop. He steps forward, keeping his arms behind his back, and he's like, "Yes,
Says,
my king."
You seem like a less doctory type. As the assistant to the plague doctor, which now I'm questioning why we're... Well, if it's a plague... We are... Now that I'm... 1 second. And he motions a guard to come over to him, and he whispers something to the guard, and the guard heads out. It's like... Now, as the assistant to the plague doctor, I must ask... do any of you practice medical science whatsoever? Healing magic, anything of that sort? He slams like his fist down, and you're like,
Well,
he's like, answer quickly, sir. My patience is wearing thin as it is.
Sorry, I did not mean to. That was that's a thing I do when I think.
Well, how about think about your answer instead?
He looks over at the team and is like, help me.
Who is he saying help me and looking to?
To anyone. He is glaring at everybody.
Zanar, would you like to help him?
He's still making this like, help me, help.
Well, the thing is that like the person who does have healing is not here. Right?
Oh my god.
I mean, I am a cleric, which
Then
means
say
I do
something.
radiant damage. And
She did, and the king did not want to listen to her.
I don't mean say something, I mean say something and make it happen.
Glorious DM.
gosh.
Huh?
What? I heard someone call me Glorious DM. I cannot not respond to that. You said what, Panda?
Glorious DM.
Yes.
Would by any chance from some god in this goddamn game, does this bird have a frickin' healing spell?
No.
Roll me. Okay, give me a second. What is your arcane? What is your arcane right now? Like your
Arcane?
skill.
Oh shit. Hold on.
I'm pretty sure it's not good, but
Why am I just imagining him be like, I can do health, and throws like some kind of weird dust at him? It's like, that's my healing.
I have a +2 to Arcana.
+2. Okay. All right. So I'm going to tell you right now. If you roll me an arcane check and you get a 17 or higher, then on this one occasion, you can do a wild magic surge. And there's a chance it'll be a heal.
Okay.
Come on, why won't this work?
If I were to have
And
rolled for Zadara,
Plus,
oh my god.
+2 is a 12.
It's a 12. Okay. So, instead of 17, we do a wild magic surge. A 12. So how, okay, question. How do you exactly attempt to do some healing of any sort? What exactly do you do?
Fucking magic flu powder. Just throw cotton out out of my bag.
You-
Something.
So,
Something.
Alice, you like turn to your
Just be like,
friends. The king is about to say, "Look back at me," for a bout of what looks like just straight up dirt or powder or dust shoots out of Tila's pouch and goes into Atlas's face. There's a bunch of sand in your face right now, Atlas.
I was like, ta-da! Look, healing mat. Oh God.
Skyer is just like pinching pinching her like her bridge of her nose. She's like, oh my god.
Other,
I don't know what happened. It was supposed to be healing spell.
Healing spell.
Skylar's just like, if I still... Well, Atlas is just freaking out. She's like, if I still had my healing powers, I would have healed you, but I don't have it.
Okay, wait. Okay, time to roll to recover and just be like, I'm okay.
roll me a con check or con save. Roll me a Constitution save.
Just go with it. Healed.
Okay. 14.
14.
Oh God.
So, you don't take any damage or anything. You can see Atlas, but like it's like there's spots in your vision, and it's like hard to open your eyes. Like it's like imagine it's just like you're okay, but it's bothersome. There's still sand in your face, and not only that, it's hard to get sand out of your fur anyway. So there's like still bits of sand there. The king looks at you. He's like, "Are you? You are a very interesting group of individuals. Like I said, though, my patience is still wearing thin. Are you a healer? That you did not answer my question. Are any of you healers? Do you doctors of any sort?
I am. I'm so sorry. I'm healed. You see, I had the cold, and I don't have it anymore.
Roll me a deception. Roll me a deception.
You think sand being thrown at your face is
Roll me a
healing?
deception right
Well,
now.
you do you,
I
I
did.
No, shush.
Sheila goes to Atlas and holds on to, puts Stanley next to Skyar and goes to him and does.
Ma'am, did I say you
hero
could step forward?
Atlas' eyes.
What?
What?
I was speaking to this gentleman at the moment. I've spoken to you already.
He's freaking.
I can't hear him.
Remember, Atlas has stepped forward. So, like, to go to Atlas, you kind of have to step forward, and so the king, speaking with Atlas right now. This is olden times. So he
This is
says,
his gig. This is Atlas's gig.
now, what did you roll on deception, Paunchy?
No.
Okay. That's it.
I just
Oh.
whisper
Hold
to
on.
anyone in our party that's closest to me. Just be like, I'm ready to stab if you're ready to run.
Give me a second.
No.
Look at my
No.
deception. Oh my! It's a -1.
Let's see how this goes. Come
I
on.
got an 8.
An 8 minus
You
1.
got a 7 total.
He says,
You got a
really?
7 total.
Really? You were sick beforehand and that healed you? That's what you're telling me right now?
Yeah.
You're telling me.
Yes.
So what were you sick with?
Chicken pox.
You were sick with chicken pox? You came into my kingdom with a plague doctor, assistant to a plague doctor, you had chicken pox? That's what you're telling me?
Boy.
How long have you had this chicken pox?
last week.
Last week? You had this chickenpox since last week? All right. What do you have any idea where you contracted this chickenpox? I want to reiterate: the king is not laughing right now. I'm laughing, but
Skyra is just like pinching like her bitches, and she's just like, I don't think I can see this anymore. She just slowly just turns around and just stays not facing them because she does not want to deal with it. She's like,
Okay. Wait, what did the king say?
the king asked you where you. I was like, do you remember how you contracted this chickenpox?
By I was bitten by a chicken.
You hear a couple of guards chuckle very lightly.
Alice just notices he made him laugh, and he starts laughing with him. He's like,
I don't see how that's funny. You contracted chickenpox from being bit by a chicken. Is that how chickenpox happens? Okay, all right. We're gonna hold on. I feel like there's a longer conversation that could be had here, but I also think I'm done speaking to you. Please step back.
I just slowly look into Skyola's eyes, just be like, if you tell the truth, I am ready to stab this guy, and we just run the hell out.
Skyra's like, no,
Alice
I
just
cannot
like,
need you to do that because if you do that, we're going to get in more trouble than we already
The
are.
giant lady.
Alice just
I don't
gives him
care. We're dead at this point, so let's just cut our losses.
The giant lady. I would like to speak with you as well, please. The Goliath. My apologies.
Skyra turns around, she's like, are you talking to me, your majesty?
Well, do you see any other giant women in... He turns to his left. You notice there's like a Goliath as one of his guards. He's like, okay, point taken. Yes, I'm speaking to you.
Okay. And she
The
steps
entire time I was
forward.
like, don't say nothing.
So, as you step forward, and the king says, so, did you also contract chickenpox?
We're dead. Oh, dead.
My goodness gracious. She's like, no, I did not contract chickenpox.
Glad to hear
Because
it.
unless if sexual orientation is how you contract chickenpox, I don't think that's the case. And she glances at Atlas as she says that.
He notices, and he says, I believe that any disease most diseases can easily be, unless I'm wrong, can be transferred through sexual contact. I don't know what you mean. Do you mean interaction? Because orientation is a completely different thing.
No, I mean, no, Your Majesty. Let me say it a little bit better. Sex.
Yeah. He pinches the bridge of his nose, says, Loves that R's fed up with this. He pinches the bridge of his nose. Yes, sex. That's what... Yes, I understood that. I knew what you were saying. I was just making sure you knew what you were saying. What?
I do.
You don't seem like you do. You said sexual orientation. You know what? Semantics aside, I understand what you're saying.
I am laughing out of character.
I am too old for this.
This is great. We haven't even...
Now,
It
look.
is straight face.
That is a creature that needs to be destroyed. You wish to bring it somewhere else. I cannot know whether or not your true desires are to bring it to some other location. The last phantom that was dealt with, an entire village went missing. And when I say missing, I mean in the most literal sense possible. The village no longer exists. There are very few who can remember it exists. Phantasmal iterations of magic are not something to be joked about. And thus, I am sorry to say that I believe an execution would... 1 second! before you get a chance, as he's about to say something else, and he's getting ready to basically say you guys need to be executed. You see some other individual. Zanar, you immediately don't like this guy. Just from the get go. You don't know what he is, but he looks a lot like an ornate to you. A fair skinned ornate.
Oh,
And he
oh no.
steps up and he says, Your Highness. You see, now, I'm going to tell you, the players, your characters think this is like just a human or an ornate, some strange human or ornate, whereas this is a high elf. And he steps up and he says, Your Highness, I must say, as your advisor, execution would be most not advised, ill-advised, sir. The king raises an eyebrow and he says, Sir Bon, truly, you say this would be bad. Is this really the time to barge in? I was just about to execute these fellows. And he says, if I might, sir, could I speak with them for a quick moment? Just, and give you my advice, good sir. Your Highness, please. The king says, I'm getting a headache speaking to them, so fine, go ahead. The elf steps down the stairs and goes up to the lot of you. Not closely, like just, and he sweepingly bows, like, says, it is an honor to meet such individuals. Hello, my name is Bon, short for Bonnie.
Did you just do a fucking James Bond reference?
No, it's okay. Actually, I would have been. He said Bond. It's not Bond, but now I kind of want to make it that. But no, it's not that. It says, so, I must ask, as a simple question, what is it you say specifically? You say it is a lost soul. Here in our kingdom, we've never heard of such beings. We know of phantoms, but lost souls are quite different. Could any one of you explain that? Especially you, miss. He looks at you, Skyora. He's like, could you explain that, if you would? What exactly is going on here?
Can I roll an insight to see his vibe to Skyora?
Rolling it? Yeah, sure. Roll an insight. How do you respond, Skyora?
That's a
Skyra,
+4.
she says it loud enough that the king can hear. She says, if you want the blunt truth, I will tell nothing but the truth, because in all my years of being alive, telling lies gets you nowhere. So, let me tell you, what she means by lost soul, she means by a lost child. Because for us, he is nothing but a child who was lost and has lost his way. But we have finally found him. And to also be blunt, none of us here are doctors. The only doctor here is that Earth Elm, and I used to have healing powers, but then I came into this world, and now I do not have it no more.
A 6. Zanar, this guy, yeah, he seems cool. Like, he just seems like an advisor, pretty much. He's just a high elf advisor, works for the king. Well, you don't know he's a high elf, but he's an advisor.
No, just by the sound of him talking to Skyra, I'm like, yeah, I don't see anything problematic there.
Yeah, no, you didn't see anything problematic. He seems fine. Like, you even think to yourself, like, you don't normally get along with ornates, but you think you could possibly get along with this one? Maybe.
I could split with him.
Like, if it weren't for that annoying accent, I could get along with him.
My goodness, fucking gracious.
He goes, oh, my. You are so... The truth is you are not doctors, but saviors! And everyone in the like everyone like glances between themselves. Even the king, you see the king kind of like rub his forehead, like oh no,
What?
oh no. He says, Your
Skyrim
Highness,
just kind of shoots him a look. She's like,
they are here
no.
to save a child, a boy, a young living creature. Though living might be a bit of a stretch, but the question of the matter is, though, they wish to save them. Save a child. And not only did they say they may not destroy it, but they say they wish to take him away. If you are worried about the danger of your people, I believe we should trust these adventures. If you so wish, I offer myself to go with them to ensure the safety of this project. And I assure you, King, if I should die in the process, it would be for the crown. But I trust them. He looks to a lot of you. I feel that they are. I feel it's in many ways they represent something. Everyone roll me an insight, if you could. Another insight. Except for you, Zanar.
Insight?
Except for Zanar.
Every time I hear him talk, my brain thinks he's feeling himself.
I got a 17 total.
17 total.
20!
Nat 20 or dirty 20?
Insight +7!
I got a 12.
It's a nat 24.
I got a 12.
A 12, a 17.
You screamed so loud that your mic actually peaked. Fuck.
Tila, you just kind of pick up that this guy is an advisor, nothing weird. Skyora? Okay, Skyora, you pick up that this guy might know a little bit more than he's giving on. Atlas, I'm gonna DM you what you figure out from the way he spoke right now. I'm gonna DM you real quick. Hold on. So you know. There you go. And you can choose to share this information that I've sent you. It's up to you, though. You don't have to say anything because they are right there.
Okay, Atlas is in shock.
The king thinks for a moment. I'm gonna roll to see if he convinces the king. Actually, he is on your guys' behalf.
I wonder,
Okay, guys.
could you also do a roll for him if he actually believes Skyara? Or do
I
I
did.
have to roll to see if he believes Skyara because technically she's telling the truth.
I'm gonna go
but
ahead
then
and tell you right
because
now
of-
that whether or not he believes you, he would have responded the same way.
Okay.
Welcome, Sheepy. Quick thing, all you missed is they've been talking to the king and this high elf advisor and trying to convince them to not try to execute you guys, and kill the child, the phantom boy. You see the king goes. He rubs his hair for a second, like you see him like skew his crown a little bit, which is like unheard of for a king, and he's like. Advisor Bond, you say you're willing to stake your life on this. He says, but of course, your highness, I would do nothing less for the crown. And he says, all right then, Sir Bond, I shall leave them under your care. They wish to return this creature from wherever it came, this phantom. How they wish to do so is their business. But, Saban, I'm going to have to ask you to have one requirement. They are not to go to any public areas. They are to avoid any villages. They are not to meet anybody on their journey. For, as I said, that creature is dangerous, and I do not wish to hear of any casualties. For if there are, you will face the recompense for that. And however, if you are dead, I guess that there's that as well. But you know what's at stake. Please do not let anything happen. Of course, Your Highness. I understand. He bows again.
Well, that statement is fine by me.
And says, Serban looks at, not Serban, Advisor Bon looks at the lot of you and says, well then, if the lot of you are ready, we may head out and bring this creature back to wherever it is. However, I must admit, I don't know where it is you wish to go. So, I will be following you. And tries to cradle Stanley with his bird arms. Where's Emmett? Oh, Emmett? Emmett. The plague doctor who turns out not to be a real plague doctor. Well, he's the door's open, and you see Emmett waltzing through, and he comes through, and a knight is by him, holding him with his hand on his shoulder. He's like, I brought him here. He's like, yeah, I'm here. You guys took me away from my work, you know. I was taking care of those people, you know, doing all that healing.
God.
Stop pretending. Everyone knows you're not a doctor. Let's move on.
The guard, when you say that, says, "What do you mean? It's impossible." It's like, no, it's true. They're not truly doctors. No, Your Highness. With all due respect, you don't understand. He's healed 200 of the people in the city already.
Zanar's just like, what the fuck is happening?
He did strange medical practices that I've never seen before. Apparently, washing your hands before doing medical practice is something that is important, and he used something he called sterilization, which I've never heard of before either. So Emmett, basically, to give you guys context, you realize that Emmett used basic like medical knowledge that your parents could have type deal. And evolved the society's medical understanding by a couple decades. It's like washing your hands before.
Like centuries here, my guy.
Wash your hands, sanitization.
Yep, wash your hands, sanitization. Told us of something. We should invest, sir, in something called Band-Aids. I've never heard of it before, but he said it's very useful. And it's enough.
Soap.
That is unimportant at this moment, though. Make sure to take notes on that. A lot of you are to head out immediately, and you guys may head out of the court. Well, that's great, Emmett, dear. A lot of you may head out. The advisor Bon is going to show you a secret way out of the kingdom that you will not interact with any of the people in the kingdom. I'm going to inform you, yes, Pog, Mike, and Pog and Mike are with you. Mizu, you can put your Scoob in your hat if you want, or otherwise he's just there bothering Mike. And Zanar. Zanar tries to cradle Stanley with his bird arms. When you do, since he's being held by Tila, he sees you and recognizes you. And he pulls you out of the pouch and holds you up, and he gives you a hug. It's a bit of a tough hug. Could you roll me a con check real quick, Zanar?
Oh god. Con check or con saving?
Constitution save, yeah. Constitution save, yeah.
Oh god, I got a -1.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Imagine it's a nat 1. It's a -1 nat 1.
You'll be fine.
0. He's dead. Oh no, Zanar's dead.
Anyway.
Bruh.
Hold on.
Skyra, while everyone leaves, Skyra just picks up the little bird from Stanley's little bird, which she has named Little Robin, although that may or may not have been his name.
You attempt to pick up the bird. Let me see. 2.
Yeah.
You take 7 damage,
She wants to
Zanar.
pick up-
You attempt to pick up the bird.
God damn it.
You realize that trying to pick up the bird, for some reason, in this world, his bird is a 2-dimensional creature. It's a literal shadow.
So I'm at 16 health. That's great.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
No, not you, but
No,
Oh,
he got no. Yeah, Zanar got hugged by the boy, and the boy was very strong, surprisingly. So yeah, you guys get led out of the kingdom, secret pathway.
wait.
But yeah, that's great. Yeah, they're not gonna kill the kid, and you guys can bring him home. And how are you guys gonna do that?
Question. We gotta find out how we got there. We gotta find out
The
how to get
waypoint.
out.
We have to go past the waypoint.
You have to what?
Remember
What's
the
an R?
little waypoint I made?
You right. You do have You know how to get. I will say you know how to get back to the spot you came into this world from.
I guess we start.
Get everything together, Mama.
So you guys are gonna head back where you came from.
Oh, wrong place.
Okay.
From
Uh,
whence ye came. Here.
You know what? I'm just gonna leave it there.
Okay. Who is that? Okay, that's Allie. She changed her profile. Okay. I was confused. So you my friends will give me a second. Okay, so you guys go to you guys are traveling, you guys are walking back the way you came, but this time with Stanley in tow. Sir Advisor Bon is next is like let's see. Sees Zanar being held by the little boy, and the boy is being held. Who's carrying Stanley right now, or is he walking?
Can I hold my son?
Certainly. You can hold your son. Zanar, are you still being
Yeah,
carried
I
by
hold my
him,
son,
or
finally.
what are you doing, Zanar?
I'm currently dying. Yes.
Zanar. So you're being Zanar after being.
I'm liking that like death grip children have when they're like see someone they know and they're a little scared.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's does Skyra get hurt from picking up Stanley's bird? No. You try to him up, but it's like you put your hand like it like you kind of like hurt your nails a little bit, like ow, you know, like trying to put your hands and nails in something.
Looks like a possessed bird.
The bird is a literal shadow, like it's an actual shadow, so you can't pick it up. And so you. Oh, the bird in the image. My bad. Yep. So Zanar, you notice that the advisor, let me see. The advisor is walking and is looking at you and Atlas a little bit now and then, like glances at the two of you fairly often while you guys are walking.
No.
Hmm?
No.
What?
Can I roll an investigation check on this guy?
Yes, you can. I guess. Okay. What are you trying to look for? If it's an investigation check, you're trying to look for something specific. Like, what are you trying to look for?
I'm going to DM you.
He's gonna DM me. Okay. Okay. Well, he's DMing me. Atlas. You notice he's looking at you as well. So, like, you say anything or?
I know who you are.
He says, "Oh." You notice Advisor Bond slows his gait, like his walk, a little bit.
I do.
Let me see. This is. I'm not gonna confirm or deny that, Panda. You No, okay, I'm being dead serious, Panda. It might be a yes and it might be a no. I'm being like fully serious. It's a toss up. You don't know. He slows his walk a little bit so that Atlas, you're now like you guys are not like separated, but you're separate enough that if you talk at like not talking tones, not like whispers, but if you're talking at even a slightly like below average tone, the others are not going to hear you. It says, "Oh, you know who I am."
Yes, I do.
Well, please do enlighten me. As I would love to know who exactly I am. Isn't that a question that every being asks themselves through life?
Don't say something stupid.
You're from the future.
What the hell?
You were with us.
From the future. Oh dear, is that what you think it is? A little...
Future.
That's what you think this world itself is? That this is the past in some way? Or that this is some ancient time in a world that's different? Is that what you think this is, Atlas?
Well, you can't fool me.
Who said I was trying to?
I'm confused.
Wait a minute.
Look, my dear friend, what and who I am should matter very little to you. I'm surprised you're able to pick up on that, though, from one word. But that aside, I'm also the only one who knows how to get you back. A lot of you. Every single one of you. So, if you, do you wish to be on, I don't want us to be enemies, any sort of way. Do you wish for the two of us to be enemies?
Wait, is this that guy?
You don't know. This is Atlas is a private conversation. What do you say? How do you respond, Atlas? Says, it's like, I know how to get you locked back. That's, I think, I don't think he nods to Emmett, who's walking next to Mizu. I don't think your friend's gonna last much longer if he stays here anyway.
Atlas is trying to find the words.
It's like, speechless are you? I've done that to many an individual.
Also DMs.
I saw what you said in DMs. That's not information that I can tell you. So, you guys make your way.
You see that cowboy?
You guys make your way towards the. You see the advisor brings you around the village that you guys went through because that was part of the deal. The king doesn't want you guys near any villages with the Phantom Boy. Plus Stanley doesn't seem to be hungry at any point so far. So, you guys make your way around. And then at some point, eventually, you make it back to the spot all of you had shown up at. It was a bit of a trek. I will say that you did have to spend... there was a time you guys had to rest for a bit. So if anyone wants, you can put in your spell slots and heal up your health to max. If anyone slept, you took a long rest before continuing the trek.
Oh, that's...
Huh?
That some damage is done.
Skyra definitely probably slept.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that so.
would have.
Oh yeah, Tila.
Tila would have taken a. Tila would have taken a short rest, but first thing is she was healing a guy, so she's still covered in goo. So she probably went to a nearby stream and washed herself off.
That works fine. That works
you know
fine.
What? That makes sense.
Skyra makes a nest out of Skyra's hair and sleeps in it.
That works.
I wonder how that's gonna work going back.
Well,
Skyra is fine with
okay. Okay. So you
With the machinery.
So Tila, you wash up. In the midst of your washing, You could you roll me a perception check real quick?
Oh God.
Your goodness.
Oh, it's a good one.
Oh,
Finally. Perception -1, so that would be a 15.
15. You
Ooh.
hear a little branch snap behind you while you're in the stream.
Tila pulls out one of her daggers. Does she have a dagger? I don't know.
No, she does not have a dagger.
What does she have?
She has two
What does
swords.
she have?
She has two
a
swords and
broadsword.
a broadsword. Yeah, she has
what?
2 broadswords. But yeah, she.
Tila preps a cantrip of light in her in her hand and goes, "Who's there?" She turns around where she heard the branch and has the cantrip light in her hand because she's gonna blind the whoever motherfucker is standing around in there.
You see Advisor Bond at the edge of the water.
Okay, that makes sense.
you're not used to hide. You used to hide in the dark, not in the light.
You see Advisor
like-
Bond standing at the edge of the water, watching you.
You know.
Tila does not lower her hand, and she goes, "Is it normal for you to watch people bathe?"
Oh dear.
that
He
the device
turns
you
he turns his his eyes away and says, "I apologize. It's a culture with amongst my family and high elves, and my old family. It was common to bathe together. I apologize. I forget myself. It happens."
She lowers her cantrip from her hand and whips it away. And then she goes, "Well, you're obviously here to speak to me." She goes, "You may do so, but you have to remain turned around."
I understand. Though, if I might be so bold, you are a very attractive woman.
Tila chuckles a little bit and looks down at herself and looks up at him and goes, "Did it take
This ain't
you
even
seeing
my
me
final
naked
form."
to notice that?"
No, it did not. I could tell from a moment's glance.
She goes, "Charmer, I see, for a high elf."
Well, I am a high elf. We may be known for a few of our antics here and there. Though, I was curious. Though that the Goliath, Miss Skyora, did tell the truth, I feel like the whole truth had not yet been spoken. I find myself curious.
She goes, "About?"
Mom?
Say that again. What? Sorry.
"Ma'am?" I said, he said he's curious, and I said, "About?"
Well, he's like.
I didn't get to hear that.
Oh, he said. Well, just
I didn't hear
about.
the whole truth.
About
What you
a
like.
lot of you. I mean, you all seem very interesting individuals, and I find myself the curiouser sort. I like to see about the oddities of this world. You see, I have a lot of information that I have access to, and I have none of the lot of you, strangely enough, which befuddles me to no end. So, I must ask, I was curious, where it is you hail from?
Oh my gosh, Kira. Tila looks at him, and she looks and is Pog with me? Because I would definitely be baiting Pog.
He's
Now
there.
that he's a little bit. He's probably swimming. Yep, like in the water.
Oh
She
my
goes,
god.
She looks at him and then looks back at him and goes, "Even if I were to tell you, you wouldn't believe us. Or me, in that matter. After all, the king doesn't even believe me."
Oh. Interesting. Well, I've imposed upon you long enough. I leave you to your bathing. Unless... No, absolutely not. Farewell. And he steps away. He goes into the back to the camp you guys had made. Is there anything anyone else wants to do tonight before the next day? Because you don't... Yeah.
I want to ask Emmett how much air he has in his tank left.
Emmett looks at you. He's like, let me see. Right, no, he he doesn't. Right. He looks at his thing and says, give me a second. Actually, I need to check the date. How many? Okay. 1. Right, you went there. And then bomb. Oh, wow.
Where's G at? You still have G on you?
Oh, excuse me. Yes, he's right here. And he's on his head. He pulls his head, pulls the G is on his head. Says, looking at, if I were to make an assumption based on what I got, I've got maybe, it's doing much better than I think about it since I've been calm lately. Maybe 30 hours left on this, like if I'm being careful.
Okay.
I've been like
you to do meditation.
I've been like holding my breath I've been holding my breath for 2 seconds every breath I've taken. So, yeah.
Okay. I wish I could take pictures of myself right now, but
Sorry.
that's sad.
You hear it? He's like, I don't.
Oh. Wait.
Sorry.
Wait.
Well, no, it's
What?
it like
What?
I love you. I was like, I love you, Mizu. No matter what you look like, whatever. But I do think your original
Aw.
body looks better. Like, you look great. Don't get me wrong. You look gorgeous. But, like, part of me feels like I'm cheating being with this because this is a different body. I know it's you, but it feels like I'm cheating. So,
Oh
my God.
Borrowed lips.
Oh my god.
plus, I can't actually kiss you right now with because I can't take the helmet off with all the stuff that's going on.
And all to
No.
okay.
He's got a
Quiet
point.
right now.
He's got
Yeah,
a point.
you got a point though. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Aw.
But he
You know
brings
what?
you into a hug and he's like, "But I'll hold you." He's like, "But you're still Mizu." So I'll. It's like I got no. I'll just I'm holding.
Okay.
Can't wait for Mizu to betray
Well,
him in
one
some
thing
way.
is
That's gonna be
all-
awesome. You are gonna
Wait,
betray him, right? Like,
Your mic cut out.
oh, never mind. Don't worry about it.
Never mind.
Don't worry about it. You didn't need to hear
I
that.
just heard, I can't wait for Misu to, and it just cuts out.
What is that?
Don't. Oh, you all
Yeah,
didn't
we
hear
should
that?
do something
Wonderful.
When they get back.
What?
Wonderful. So
Bend over.
no,
Oh
it's not what I said.
God.
It's not what I said.
Bitch and bend over.
No. So you the night goes by pretty well, and
I was also good.
Skyward. What was Skyward? What do you do in the night?
I was gonna say like, before Skyra falls asleep, she invites Atlas to come snuggle by her.
Oh. Tila is watching the advisor. Like,
Laser's
she's doing her meditation, but she's like keeping her ears peeled
Okay.
and keeping an eye on the King's advisor.
We're all yawning. So you're everybody.
Yawning's contagious.
So you guys go get some rest, and then what ends up happening? The day comes and morning comes. You all feel a bit refreshed. You walk over. You make your way over to the Zanar. You're tangled in Skylar's hair now. So,
Just like, help. Why is it? I thought this would be easy. Why?
I just realized not Punching. Atlas didn't have a response to that.
Oh yeah, Atlas, did you respond positively? Did you cuddle with Skyora?
Atlas does cuddle with Skyora. Yes.
Score. So,
Zanar feels
And
uncomfortable.
his
and
classic,
trying to get out
in
of
his
the
more classic state, he is naturally purring.
mhm.
So,
Oh. When
Zanar's
she
gonna
hears you
comfortable
purr, she
period.
is happy because she loves the sound of purring noises.
Oh.
Aw.
So
Well-
her instinct is to
He's gonna have to purr for her
Is
when they
to,
get back. So,
what?
her
he
instinct is to like scratch behind his ears as he's purring.
Aw.
adorable. So yeah, you wake up, Zanar. You're tangled in Skyora's hair when you guys wake up. I don't know if Skyora notices or even does anything about it.
I'm pretty sure Skylar would notice because he's
Does-
tangled in her hair.
Does she do anything about it though?
Well, of course she's gonna do something about it. She's like, okay, hold still, stop moving, stop resisting. Let me just untangle this. And she untangles Zanar out of her hair.
So yeah, you untangle Zanar. Like it's like trying to get a bat out of your hair, kind of. It's still a bird, but it's like he keeps like randomly flapping. So Leslie,
Every time he flaps, she's like, "Why? Is that any your concern? After all, you are a married man."
Okay, Skyora wouldn't know that. Just letting you know.
What?
Skyora wouldn't know about the married thing.
Wait, two people are talking at the same time. One person talking.
Skyora, you would not know about the married thing.
And I just said, you two boned, didn't you?
Okay. So, if Skylar did not know about the bone thing, she's gonna trace. Well, I'm gonna trace her back, saying, after all, you did have that nice and fun time with that vagrant, didn't you?
That's neither here nor there. So let's put our differences aside and just get me out of here. Yeah?
Well, that was the plan until you kept flapping your wings. Now stop flapping your wings.
Aw.
Fine.
Look at that prisoner. That's so cute.
That's
I know, that's
the bird.
adorable.
That's Zanar.
Zanar and Skyara's hair.
So you managed to get him out. But then, so you guys make it to the spot that you originally came in to this world from. You look around, it's the same area. There's that big rock that's there. There's the tree branch and stuff. Do you guys like want to look around? Like what do you... Well, what, Tila?
Did Tila wake up?
Yeah, you all woke up. You're all good, refreshed, full health.
Because she would have been... She would have eventually, like... Even though she was meditating, she would then, like, take turns with, Mike, holding him and taking turns sleeping and holding Pog, too. Taking
Nice.
naps.
Adorable.
I will say, Zanar, yes, we did bone.
Wow.
I knew it.
So you guys...
I'm not a liar.
You guys... you make it to the spot. There's... What do you want to do?
I'm gonna try and see if I can frickin' like clap on, clap off this bitch on.
Well, like, what specifically? Because this is the area, but there doesn't seem to be anything of much significance. There's a couple, like, really big rocks. There's a log on the ground. What exactly?
That's why I'm trying.
Hmm?
That's why I'm trying to do the clapper technique, because I don't know how to.
You try to clap your wings, and you realize very soon that trying to clap wings doesn't really make any sound. So it's just like,
I hate this body so much.
I don't think it's just
basically.
and him just being like, I fucking hate this.
Does anyone want to try
I
anything?
hate.
Does anyone else want to try anything?
Skyora just looks, well, she looks around to see if she could find anything that could lead to up to a point where we could just escape.
Roll me investigation. If anyone else wants to investigate,
God damn it, investigation was that high.
if anyone else wants to investigate as well,
She
you
got
may.
3 total.
3 total. Okay. All right. So
Rolling a
Skyora.
what?
And you, if anyone else wants to investigate as well, you may. Skyora, you look over at the log, that log that's on the ground. You lift up this
Yep.
giant log a little, like a bit, and you see a stick under it, and you come, and in your head you think this log had a child.
Oh my god.
Yeah? Slog got a baby.
But also,
Lifts up a big huge boulder. Oh, that rock also had a baby. Put it down.
Tila wants to use detect magic.
Ooh, good one. Let me see what that does. Go ahead and cast it, but let me see what detect magic does.
Detect magic is you detect magic.
Oh,
Detect magic.
that's
is
what
you
it does,
detecting magic
Skyora.
in the area.
That's what it does, Skyora. It detects magic.
Basically, doesn't it say in its name?
She looks up to the sky and she says, "Oh, thank you, Bob Marley God."
Thank you.
My
Gordon
name
Ramsay.
is not
Gordon
Bob
Ramsay.
Marley. I don't know who Bob Marley is, but I'm assuming that is a compliment. So thank you.
So she follows her nose.
You look around. You see auras in the shapes of your original bodies lying in the spots where you guys had woken up.
I immediately jump on my.
You do not see that, Zanar. Actually, let me see. Detection for the data. You sense. Okay, so only you see that, Tila.
Damn it.
Tila hovers over a spot. Where is she at right now? Whose body is she, or a body is she over
You're
right
looking
now?
over one. You look at it and you see it. The one you look at seems to be is a giant beetle. It looks like Zanar's original body to you.
She goes, "Hey Zanar, I think I found the spot where you spawned at. It's right here," and she waves her hand over the area. She's like showing, like she's basically taking a stick and outlining the aura in the dirt.
Okay. So you do that. Do you do that for anyone else, like the other ones? Because you see the air elm, Skywar's original Tila air elm.
She's going to draw. She's going to draw. Now she's terrible at drawing, but she's gonna doodle in the dirt everywhere. So where it has Zanar, she draws like the shape of the beetle, and then she chuckles a little bit and draws an angry, frowny face on it.
Wow.
I was gonna say, does she just write their names?
And no, she's drawing them right now.
I know, but like, I'm saying, can't she just write their names as
And then
well?
she puts on the side, what was his name before? No, his ordinate, pretend name.
What is it? The douche or something?
It was a.
What was it?
It was like Freddy or something. What I don't. You guys gotta remember these things.
No, it was. What was it? No.
Hold on, I'm gonna go look. I'm gonna look it up.
She's gonna go look.
No,
we'll go
she
ahead and say
draws
that that's what
the
you draw. You
next
go ahead.
next to his body where she drew his aura, and she does the other one for Skya. And for Skyra, she actually draws two big circles where her chest is, and draw dots for the boobies.
Oh my god!
With a smiley
Wow.
face
My
and a heart.
God.
And she sees the little circle, which is Pog, and she draws a little circle with a smiley face that says beep boop next to it. She wrote.
You notice Atlas's. You will notice that Mizu or Scoob, I guess, gets put back in her hat because Scoob does not have an outline because he came in with her. You also notice that Atlas's is like his aura is like head over tea kettle right now. Like he was like half on the log and just like upside down a bit.
Oh, that's what. His name was Jacques Carmen.
Oh yeah, Jacques Carmin.
Carmine.
Jacques Carmin. Carmine.
Jacqueline.
Jacques Carmin.
She puts Jacques next to his, and then with Atlas's, she draws the outline of Atlas, and then she has a happy cat face with whiskers, and she draws a little yarn ball next to his.
Aww.
And then she also draws him having a big bulge.
Oh my god!
No.
Wow.
She's laughing at this point, and she finishes drawing Mizu and draws a little heart where her chest is, and then
Okay, so you drew Jacques Carmen, big tit Skyora, big balls Atlas, and big heart.
Big ball.
yes, because Mizu never gave her a reason to joke with her. So
When
she's
you-
like, I'm not gonna pick on her.
When you get
And then she
to
draws everybody else.
to your aura, Tila, you notice Mike is already there. Yes, he has detect magic as well, and a couple other things, and he drew what has got to be the most detailed drawing you've ever seen. Like it just looks like like a sketch of you.
Oh.
Although the boobs look a little bit bigger than they normally are. Maybe just a little. Like it might be the trick of the light.
She gives him a scratch behind the ears, and she says, "Good boy."
Says, yeah. It's like, I'll have to separate from you guys for the time being, though. I didn't come in at this place, but I know where I woke up at, so I gotta head to that.
Do you know what you're going to do when you find your spot?
No, I don't. I assume we just lay in them. I mean, I guess who wants to be the first to head back? That's a good question. To see if this works.
Wouldn't Emmett should be the first person who tries to go
Yes,
back
'cause
because
he's
he's
running
running
out
out
of
of oxygen.
Extrogen, you mean oxygen.
I'm sorry.
So as you guys are around here, and you hear a clap.
He's
You hear
running-
like
he's running out of his
clapping.
feminine
You hear.
hormone.
I was thinking of the word
You guys hear
oxygen, and I just
applauding
connected
claps come from Advisor Bond, and he goes, "It's like, Zenar, are you awake, Panda?
Yes, I'm awake.
Just double checking." He claps his hands and he goes, "Well done, well done. Seems you were able to find out your way back home without my help. Well,
Tila goes up to him and it goes very, very close, and she goes, I know you from somewhere.
do
It
you
looks
study
like
your
someone who-"
history?
Huh?
Do you study your history?"
My history. She goes, which history? This one or the one back home?
The one back home. Oh, right. You call that place home. My apologies. Either. and he begins before he begins to he turns around and he begins walking away. But before he does, he stops and he turns back to you and says, in case you couldn't already figure it out, those highlights, I guess you could call them, if you lay down in the same position, you should find yourself back home soon enough. But I'm very glad to see the lot of you leave.
Is he the cowboy?
It would be,
No, wait a minute.
you see, the lot of you are very powerful individuals, I noticed. Wonderful warriors. And wonderful warriors are not something I quite like to come by around here. After all, that fool of a king wouldn't be able to handle it himself. But with him now out of the way, I don't have to worry about that.
What do you mean out of the way?
Oh, right. You don't know. I've killed him. Well, had him killed, technically, shortly after we left.
You killed the king?
Well, yes. I just said that I killed the king. But
Oh, what?
snaps his fingers. You notice his body glows for a second before turning into a translucent version of himself. Says, and these voices kind of echoey. Says, with this whole ordeal, the kingdom is now mine to take over, which I must say is going to be quite enjoyable.
Oh boy, that echoes really.
Atlas, you're echoing, just letting you know. Punchy. And he says, this world, so primitive, so easily manipulatable. How shall I put this? Well, it'd be nice to use a normal voice now and again. So, although it's not quite as raspy as it used to be. But my time as a major representative was short-lived.
You son of a bitch.
Yes.
But I need the lot of you to leave, if you could. To be perfectly honest with you, I have enough trouble on my plate dealing with that poisonous dragonborn that's been making trouble for me lately. So, thank you. Oh, before you consider helping him, though, let me give you a bit of incentive to head back as well. And you guys hear a sudden ting. And you see Emmett begins floundering around. The valve on his oxygen has just been released. So,
Wait,
you can
he's an etherolite. Oh my gosh.
You can deal with that situation, or if you desire, you can come after me. But you seem to care a lot about your friends, so I guess we'll see which one it turns out to be. And the hologram disappears. So, Emmett's losing oxygen right now. Does anyone want to try and do something?
It's Matthias, the one, the fire representative that we.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, it's not Matthias.
What?
You bastard.
Oh my god.
He was a Major Elm rep.
Yeah, but this guy wasn't an elm.
No, he just said he was a major rep.
Yeah, he said he was a major
No, he's
representative.
A major rep.
Who is
Like-
this guy?
Wait a minute, but Atlas, I remember that Frog DM'd you, so you probably know who this guy actually is.
Who he
No,
is?
he didn't
Who
wanna
he
tell
is?
me.
Actually, everyone, give me a history check. Now I think about it. Yeah, actually, because
Okay.
everyone roll me history.
Oh, 19
Okay, history
plus
in-
history is +2, so I got a 21.
Okay.
I was gonna say history in
Oh.
classic or history in
Classic.
normal.
You guys haven't gone back
Okay.
to your world yet.
That is a 15 total.
Okay. What about Zanar and Atlas?
I rolled 8,
11.
and this is a history check. I think I'm horrible at history, which let me see. -1, yeah, 7.
7.
11
Atlas,
for
you
me.
don't know who specifically this is. Zanar, you faintly think you might know, but you're not sure. And you're also very upset, Zanar, that you had a bad judge of character about this guy. You thought he was okay. But Tila and Skyora, the two of you realize that this guy was the major representative for the Vagrants at one point. And what that means is your characters wouldn't know this, but this is the guy that Rancor in the other campaign has been looking for.
Oh
Oh.
my god.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Rancor is the other Panda's other character from the original Space Dice.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So, you guys have a
And he's been
choice.
looking
Emmett's
for the
losing
person
oxygen
responsible for
really
killing his
fast.
family.
So you guys can try to go home now, or you can try to stop this guy.
Oh my god.
Well,
Honestly, Atlas wants to go back. But
there's one thing. We could go back, but then that also means that Emmett is going to die.
Why would that mean Emmett's gonna
What?
die?
what? No. But
Not if he goes back first. We all have to go
yeah,
back.
exactly. We have a choice. That was the choice. We save Emmett or chase him.
In order for it
Because
to
here's the
work,
thing,
we
if
all
you,
have to
because
go
here's
back
the thing you have to
together.
remember, if you
Yeah,
let, because you're
exactly.
saying let Emmett go on his own or whatever, like, oh, if he goes first, you have no idea if this is a time limited thing. This might not be permanent. In fact, Tila, if you could, roll me an insight.
What's my insight? +2, nice. 17 + 2, that's 19.
You know that this is, like, you see the auras are getting very, very slowly more and more transparent, like, extremely slowly. There is a time limit to this. Because remember, when you guys flew into the black hole, into the Eye of Pontifex, and you saw the same space, you saw yourselves fly out of it as well. You didn't see who was in that ship. So what I'm saying is, going after this guy is a risk of being stuck here forever.
I'm hopping in.
Yeah.
Zanar hops in.
I'm also hopping in.
So a lot of you, those of you who are returning, you lay down in the terrible drawings in trying to mimic the position that it was in. Who's going? Are you guys going back?
Wait, who's gonna show Stanley the position?
Stanley goes to Stanley looks at where the spots that you drew. He points at them and he points at himself at you, Tila, and he goes, let's see. Or actually, could you roll me wait. Nah. He's basically saying, like, are we supposed to get into these?
Tila takes Stanley and basically helps him position himself over his aura.
You don't see his aura there.
Stanley, and you'll go back to your original body.
You don't see his aura there.
Fine. You're not going to disappear, huh?
You don't see his aura
aura's in
there.
a different place.
It's
You
in a
don't see
different
his aura's
spot.
there.
But he can see them, it seems. He's simply asking if what he's supposed to do. Like, is he supposed to lay in them?
Tila goes, you have to lay in them. You have to find yours and lay in it.
He nods his head,
Exactly.
brings his head up to your forehead, and like holds his forehead at yours for a second before turning around and running into the forest.
Okay, so then who's gonna help Emmett?
Emmett heard what the guy said, so he knows where he was. He's like, I'm pretty sure I remember where I was. No, I'm sorry. You see Stanley grab Emmett's hand and pull him and bring him with him. So they disappear into the forest along with the frog.
Yeah. Bless you.
Bless you.
Okay.
Tila helps Mizu into her spot quickly
Mm-hmm.
and says, "Don't move. You'll transfer over soon." And she motions to Zanar to lay in his spot, as well as Mizu, Skyora, and Atlas. And she's preparing for hers as well.
So you
Before she goes, but before everyone lays down, she quickly runs over to Atlas and gives him a little kiss before running back.
Atlas does like turn a little bit red at that.
So you do this. He what?
No, yeah. No, nothing.
Okay, all right. Everybody, you start to notice your own bodies. You start to see this. Give me a second, everybody. Hold on. What, Granny?
How long do you need before the rosary?
Maybe another 15 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. So you guys go and you lay in these areas, and you start to. It starts to like you look around you, and like things start to distort a little bit. They start to like flicker. The world just begins to flicker in your vision. Your bodies start to feel weird, and then you notice you cannot move, and a massive wave of pain hits all of your bodies. You feel like your bones are snapping, you feel like your blood's being pulled out of you and put back in, your skin's been ripped off, sewn back on. It's the worst pain you've ever felt, and you can't even move to scream from it. Like, you can't feel your throat anymore, and it's a searing pain. This lasts for what feels like an eternity, and then you notice that you're in the ship again in the exact same positions you guys were in before when you guys went into the black hole. You're flying into space. G takes a gasp. You see Emmett like, and the one difference is you see, or you notice you guys are in this and you're flying out of. If any of you have enough coherency to notice anything, you see your guys' ship, the other one, go into the portal as you guys fly out, and you guys go out. You've exited the Eye of Pontifex, no worse for wear.
Okay, now the question is, where's Stanley and Little Robin? Well, Little Robin's in Skyra's room, but where's Stanley?
You might want to take a look around. Like, you don't see him in the cockpit with you guys.
Tila is like holding Emmett's helmet, like, "Emmett, take your mask off. You need to breathe."
He's like,
She looks at him and she's like basically checking his vitals and his eyes to make sure he didn't get any
ran
thing. And
with
she's
the
like,
boy.
"Are you okay?"
He ran with me, showed me where I was supposed to lay, but then I ran with him to make sure he went where he was. He was like a mile the wrong direction, and I was barely breathing, and I made it back. I'm okay. Huh.
Tila
Where
takes
is he?
him to a chair to sit down.
He sits.
And she
He's
goes,
in the
"Can someone
cockpit
get him
seat.
some water?"
He's already sitting down.
Tila goes to grab him a cup of water and brings it to him to drink. And she's like, "Take it easy, drink some water."
Oh man. Where's the kid?
Better? Are you better? I'm concerned for you. You were almost without oxygen for...
I'm fine. I'm all right. Where's the kid?
Tila goes, Skyra went to go look for him.
Skyra, you look around.
What happened?
At first you don't find him, and then right as a bit of like maybe some of the panic of him not being there hits, you see him fast asleep on the ground of the workshop.
Oh.
Aww.
Skyar, she's like, oh. She's like caressing his head. She's like, at least you're okay. And she gives little Stanley a little kiss on the forehead. And she's like, okay. I could either try to pick you up, or I could grab a nearby blanket, and I can sleep here, because I know I ain't strong as shit.
That's right. Y'all feel back in your old body. Skyora, you feel massively, like, physically weak now. like you feel so much weaker than you were. At the same time, though, you're not feeling muscle pain anymore. You do feel a little bit
like,
strange.
Wait, she feels what?
Strange.
Oh boy.
Why is that?
You don't know. Zanar, you're in your original body. How does it feel?
I think I might know why.
My arms.
What do you mean?
What's Zanar?
Wherever I can kiss, because I'm just like, I have my body back. Thank the Lord.
Sorry, I was never a religious man, but oh man, I am now. It's like,
Tila looks at the mirror, She's touching her face and her skin and checking, and she actually turns around and touches her butt to see if the tail is gone. She's like, I'm me again.
She's just feeling. You just hear.
Ass okay.
you do that. Mike turns his head like a bullet at you.
Goes, oh yeah, no more tail. That thing was so annoying.
Do you look at Mike at any point?
Mike, thumbs up. Yes, thumbs up.
What's Mike doing?
He's staring at your butt.
Mike's checking out that ass.
Because you're looking at yourself in the mirror, and you're like, I guess you're like, you got your like back arched a little bit because you're looking at your rear end. So.
I am. I'm literally touching. I just like touch my butt area to make sure the tail isn't there, because she remembers having.
Yeah,
a
he's
tail
staring at your
in
butt then.
the world. She's like, yes, no more tail. She's like, gosh,
Les Munch's character. Yes, no more tail. Skyara's character. Man, I'm weak as shit.
It's like Skyra's like, man, I had boobs.
Zanar's just like, I'm not a goddamn bird anymore.
And then Zanar's just crawling on the wall like, I'm not a bird.
None of you have ever seen Zanar this happy. Like, he's just ecstatic right now.
So excited, he's just crawling all over
Atlas.
the place. Speaking of people
Atlas.
changes, okay.
Atlas.
Something different happened to you.
I was about to ask.
You were
Like
laying
you
down
did that
with
one
the others. You were laying
Wait,
down
what?
with the others. Back when you guys were in the other world, you were laying down with the others. You felt that massive pain, and then there was a snap. And you feel no sound. You notice you're in your robotic body, but you're still in the classic world.
Uh-huh.
What do you do?
Oh no. Okay, Atlas, again, he's glad that he's back in his body, but he feels like there's been, like, a mistake. Like, he's like, oh no. I'm stuck here.
Do you sit up at all, or what do you do? Do you stay in that position? Like, what do you do?
Yes, he sits up.
You
And
sit
he
up.
stands up looking like...
You
Yeah.
see your friends. They're like their classic bodies from this world are fast asleep, laying there, and you notice that they begin to wake up, and you see them begin to do the exact same things that you saw them do when you guys first came into this world. They wake up, they start freaking out over their bodies, looking at each other, realizing who they are. Emmett runs in, and they begin just going through. The skeleton starts wheeling up. From before, they all get in the wagon. Do you follow them?
Oh my god.
In this process that Atlas is in, Skyra, she decides to just put a blanket over, tell,
you guys aren't
why am I thinking this one? Tell Tila that he's in the
Oh, you tell the
shop,
others?
and she starts looking for Atlas.
Yeah, Atlas was in the cockpit with you guys, remember? So he's there. Like, for you guys, time is running normally, and, like, no time passed, and so he's, like, talking with you guys right now, but we're going through what Atlas happened to him in this experience real quick. So, Atlas, do you follow the group in the back in the classic world? Like, what they're doing?
Okay, yes, I do follow the group, still with, like, massive confusion. Like, this all happened before. I'm having deja vu?
They're all doing the same things. You notice the world looks a little bit grayer from your vision, and there's a little bit of glow coming from certain things. And you see things that you didn't see the first time. Like, when you guys were walking, like, going down the road in the wagon, you pass by some, like, spirit who walks past you. He says, "Hey there, nice to meet you," and walks past you. "Sayonara," and disappears into the light. You see a lot of things you did not see before. And you follow them. They go through all the motions of what you just went through. And, like, what just happened over the course of the last 3 days. 3 days. I have a question for you. How far do you follow them, and at any point do you separate from them?
Okay. He follows, okay. When he gets the skeleton, you know, he does not, like, travel with them beyond that point.
Where does he go?
Firstly, he's just investigating the area, because, like you said, everything's like a bunch of things are glowy now. It's like more gray. There's ghost people.
Yeah, you notice that they wave at you, like, "Hey, how you doing, bud?" It's like, "Oh, hello there. Greetings, my friend," and they go about their business. You see a couple animals, like a dog, like, run past you, like these spirits and whatnot. You notice, though, that you're not, like, if you touch the grass or you touch the rocks or anything, they don't interact with you. Your hand goes straight through them, and you feel a feeling of weightlessness on you as well.
Oh.
Is he dead?
Is there? What do you decide? So you're looking around, Atlas. Is there anything else that you do other than looking around, or?
Other than that, no.
So you look around for a bit, and you do notice that a bit of time passes where you're looking around at stuff, and some guy comes up, some ghost comes like, "Hey there, buddy. You seem a little bit new. Are you from around here?"
Not really.
Huh. That's interesting. You don't seem like you're from around here. Must be a mistake in the system. And he poofs out of existence. And
Mistake in the system.
You then see, so you saw how your friends came into this world. You suddenly see another body appear. This dragonborn. It looks a little bit like what Tila looked like, but its body is completely black. And there's like this green ooze dripping from its lips. It stands up, looking around at itself, confused, picks up this little rusty like robot thing, and then gets like attacked by these wolves. It ends up making short work of them though, killing them before going on its own way. But then something catches your eye, and you see like a mountain in the distance, like above the tree line, and you see what at first it looks like the mountain's kind of moving, like it's just kind of changing a little bit, and then you
Yes.
realize though that it's something else. You hear like a rumbling, and before you know it, out of the foliage, hundreds of thousands of individuals start coming out of the trees. Roll me a perception, please, and use your use your new Atlas 3.0. Use your Atlas 3.0 now for this roll. The new document I sent you.
Atlas 3.0. Okay, got it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God. Okay. Okay. You said what roll?
Right. Roll me an awareness check since that's on the new version 3.0.
Awareness. Okay. Okay. That is a 7 minus 1.
6. Okay. The only detail you notice about all these individuals who are now running towards you is that they all appear to be slightly cat-like. Some of them look like actual cats, like are just straight up cats. And they all come running towards you. And as they're coming towards you, like it's thousands of individuals, right as they get to you...
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
What, Atlas?
I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. No problem. While he's dealing with that, back in Space Dice World, a lot of you... yeah, you guys got your bodies back. We'll probably end it pretty soon, but you guys are finally leaving the Eye of Pontifex. G is in his seat, and he turns around and he looks at a lot of you. He's like, "You guys all right?"
Tila comes to him with a towel and goes, "We're all right, but are you okay?" She goes, "That trick he pulled was pretty nasty."
I have seen things that no frog should ever have to see.
Oh my
I do not believe... I feel like I should feel anger, but at the time, I do not believe I was capable of feeling such an emotion.
Tila gives him a hug and goes, "It's okay. Just,
I...
Here." She goes and pulls out some headphones and goes, "Here, listen to some music."
Music is a lie that is built as a tone, for it is not truly music, it is simply rhythm.
What?
Music itself is a tone created out of the need for expectancy of the last beat made. It does not calm me or anyone. Anger and emotion is a thing to experience.
Tila goes, "Are you feeling alright? Because I'm about to punch your lights out." And she,
What is the definition
like,
of
starts
alright?
She's about to pop her she's popping her knuckles.
What
right
is
now.
the definition
So-
of alright? What truly does it mean to be fine?
Central
For
Crest.
if fine means what I think it does, then I am not. Or am I? For I might be.
Someone knock him out.
Tila goes to knock him out.
He is driving the ship. Okay, roll me an attack.
While all of this is happening, Skylar is looking for the little robin bird.
The little bird was in your room asleep. As soon as your door opens, it flies out and goes searching for the boy before finding him and
How is it?
going to Stanley.
How is it flying with only one wing?
It does not.
When
Remember,
she sees flying birds, she's like, hey.
Zanar built him a
Right.
cybernetic wing for his missing one.
Oh, that's right. Okay,
She's like, hey,
rolling
come
a
back.
strength check, because I'm gonna punch him in the face.
All right.
15 plus 3, that's an 18.
18 hits. Roll damage.
Hang on, I didn't get this far.
You didn't think you'd get this far?
It's a barehanded attack,
Yep.
so... Because it's an unarmed strike. Where's my unarmed strike at? Where is my unarmed strike? I see my weapons. Okay, bare-fisted is 1d6. Oh, God. That is a 3.
Okay, he takes 3 damage. You deck him, and as soon as you do, he knocks out into the cockpit chair, and the ship begins spiraling out of control because no one's driving.
Sheila hits the autopilot button, goes, Emmett, can you fly?
Yeah, I can fly. I'm good now. Oh, man. Yeah.
She goes, I'm sorry, but I had to punch him out. He was really creeping me out.
It's not like G. It must be, well, it's alright.
He's
Sometimes
acting
people
very
need to get
strange.
punched. Hey, he probably saw something terrible. There was a bit where I didn't know where he was, so maybe that happened. And he goes to fly the ship. Ponchi, are you back? Back, little Robin. You're looking for Stanley, right? I'll lead you
Yes,
to him.
I'm here. I'm back.
Okay, cool. He'll follow Robin. The little Robin will follow you, Skyora. She gets and looks for Atlas. So Atlas, back in the thing, you see all these beings run towards you, and as they do, you notice one, like they all, right as they get to you, boom, everything goes black, and you find your shoulders being like shaken in front of you. Like you still have your body, but the world, it goes, you're back in that void area, and you're being shaken. But by a being, it looks just like you, but the coloration, everything that would normally be orange is purple, and he's looking at you and he's saying, "What are you doing here?" Like it's your own voice speaking to you right now. It's like, "What are you doing here? This is a mistake. You're not supposed to be here."
Would you quit shaking me?
What? My apologies. Oh man, we're so dramatic sometimes. What are you doing here? And you hear another your own voice again come from a little to the left as you see a straight up ginger cat. Look at it, it's like, huh. It's like, considering the mistakes that we always get ourselves into, he probably found himself in another situation. Why are we always finding ourselves in situations? Well, it's the Atlas way, isn't it? It's like, we're here for adventure, this part of the knightly code. You're not a knight. Well, neither are you. Yes, I am. And they begin bickering amongst themselves in front of you.
Okay, slow down, the both of you. Who are you?
I think it should be pretty obvious who we are. We are us. It's like, yeah, it's pretty obvious. You hear a voice from behind you say, like, tap your shoulder, pull you around and say, yeah, it's not all that confusing, Atlas. And you see a human wearing, with a sword on his back that looks similar to the sword you have. And he's like, it's not all that confusing, Atlas. Like, he's got like these like cat ear headphones on. You see a slime creature come up to you. It's like, if you just consider the possibilities, it would make a lot of sense. It's like, and they're now all like talking. He's like, it's like, what do you, like, obviously you're us. We're you. Who's we? Me, you. And they're all saying this to you at the same time.
Everyone quiet!
They all like stop and it's like there's a moment of silence before like the cat whispers, "Bit dramatic, aren't we?"
Okay, let me get this straight. You are me from alternate universes?
It's like, well, I mean, and then you see another you, like with a blue look, but he's got like these nerdy glasses and buck teeth, and he's like, Well, technically, if you consider the difference in possibilities, the quantum differentiations between our realm, one like shoves it. You see a big, huge, what looks like a giant like Galgameth pushes it out of the way. It's like, what he means to say is yeah, kinda, and not exactly.
Arnold Schwarzenegger Atlas.
It's like, but like, what we're trying to say is come with me if you want to live, but we're you or something. Like, or wait, are you dead? Or is he dead? I don't know if he's dead. Maybe he is dead. I don't know. And they all start bickering again. And then finally they stop for a second, and the cat, as they continue bickering, the cat comes up to you. Their bickering starts turning to like background noise. The cat says, "Look, I told you, you're not supposed to be here yet, okay? So, just give it a few seconds, and it should." And suddenly, you're back in the ship with everybody else. All the commotion, like everyone's waking up at the same time as well. These words.
Atlas is feeling his head. He's like, "What is wrong with me?"
As soon as that happens, door bursts open. Atlas!
Sayora!
She's like, thank goodness you're okay. And she's like holding his cheek. She's like, are you okay? Are you alright? Are you hurt in any way, shape, or form? Anything like that?
I don't know. You know what I need? I think I need a very well-deserved kitty nap. So, if you'll excuse me.
He's like stumbles his way to the bed. Like he's not doing well. So, a lot of you have returned to this world. And let me see, where are you guys heading? The closest galaxy right now is, let's see. I punched this. Well, actually, you guys are gonna have to wait till next week to find out the next galaxy you're going to, because you've actually gotten to the point of stuff that I do not have anything prepared for now. So I have work to do this week. Speaking of which, we're not having a session next week. All right?
Well, you're not having a session what?
We're not having a Space Dice session next week. I'm taking a break next week. But you guys have made it back.
Alrighty.
I do have stuff to prepare for you guys. But yeah, you guys have made it back. You guys can use there's still the roleplay channel, so feel free if you guys want to continue roleplaying. I gotta go do some stuff. But Panda, sometime this week we can update your character Zanar to version 3.0. And Skyora, this week we need to talk so I know what to set up your character for. So, yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
What about Mike?
Has been.
Oh, Mike is there. Mike, look, okay, sure. Give me a quick second before we end the session. You guys are doing your thing. Mike comes over to you and says, he's like, Tila, are you all right? Oh, jeez, Louise, I love my voice. Sorry. It's been so long.
Oh, it's not squeaky anymore.
Oh, man, my voice isn't squeaky anymore. Thank the Lord. Anyway, Tila, how are you? I mean, not that I was looking, but you seem to be better.
She goes, I'm fine. I'm glad to be back. Are you fine now that you're not a puppy anymore?
It was that whole experience was extremely painful, and not physically. It was just really embarrassing. But I'm okay.
She goes, I'm glad you're okay. She goes, so are you going to be staying with us? Or are you going back?
Says, well, I still have to carry out my mission to make sure you guys get the papers, the official papers for Stanley. But, you know, my captain technically just said that that's something we need to do. He never said exactly when. Well, he did say as soon as possible, but that can mean a lot of things. Well, there's the entire possibility that it just takes a really long time, and, of course, until that happens, I would be required to remain on the ship with you. But you as in plural, you know, all of you, but, you know,
Atlas just sitting
sipping
there.
a drink. You,
She puts the,
No.
she puts a finger over his mouth and goes, you know, you need a place to sleep. You can share my room. She gives him a wink and goes, ribbit.
luckily for you, he happens to speak that language. He blushes a bit. But then you see probably the faintest, slightest amount of what could be considered a smirk on his face. And he says, I look forward to it.
Whoa.
No. Oh my God. This is
So, that's the end of today's session.
hours.
I will not see you guys next week.
Oh,
Unless it's
He
the other
said what?
campaign. He said, Tila, he said, I look forward to it. So yeah.
We got a doggy on board.
Yeah, Tila, if you guys are still awake after I go do my stuff, because I'll be back in the channel in a bit after I end the stream and all that. Probably about 20, 30 minutes.
Wait. Okay.
Anyone who wants to do roleplay stuff, what?
The stream ends. I have stuff to show you.
Okay,
Considering the Atlas verse.
Gotcha. Well,
Doing
everybody,
something.
thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed Space Dice. I had a wonderful time. I hope my players had a wonderful time. But yeah, we won't see you next week. We'll see you the week after that. But you guys have a wonderful day. Don't forget to go. There's documents in the description, but Space Dice will be having a massive update soon. If you take a look at the item sheet, it has actually already been updated to version 3.0, but a couple changes might take place in the near future, so take a look at that. Species will hopefully be getting version 3.0 updated on the documents. Again, they can be in the description if you just look there. Classes will not be for a while, but we have now a Space Dice YouTube channel, which you guys can go to. The streams for the time being for this campaign are going to continue on the GA Clips channel, but there's a playlist on the Space Dice channel, and I might do some streams on there of doing workshop stuff. So if you guys want to see that, feel free to tune in.